Afterworlds is a really interesting, really diverse community of people that come out and do a live-action roleplay, or LARP, event over a weekend period of time, and it's all zombie themed.
It's fun to go out and be scared shitless and run from horrible monsters.
The player base for Afterworlds is so passionate, so rabid for what we do. It's honestly amazing.
Yeah. Baka, what? You show up and you want to play. And then you want to play more. And build more things.
It's great because there's always something.
Excuse me, but do you have a reservation?
My name is Drew Long. I'm the owner of Afterworlds Events and Entertainment and the designer of the Afterworlds live-action role-playing game. So, in general, Afterworlds is a attempt to try and bring a little bit more of a video game style feel to the standard live-action role-playing game genre, where combat's a little bit more intense, fast-paced, less math to have to do, and it is a homage to everything post-apocalyptic. So we have high influences from things like Mad Max or video games like Borderlands or Fallout. I mean, I've watched hundreds of post-apocalyptic movies in order to do research for this game. Bummer.
Alright, so 3.
Afterworld's combat system is different from other LARPs because it has such a deadly feel to it. There isn't going to be hours of banging on each other with swords, screaming numbers, trying to do quick addition in your head to try to figure out if your hit points are down. We use a flag system so that if you receive damage, then you lose flags, and if you don't have any flags, then you start to die. Pretty simple system. We call it the flag tag combat system.
Figuring out how combat works is incredibly simple. Like, it's rather just like common knowledge. Just like, if I use this and I hit a person, they take damage.
You get to go out in the woods with like foam swords, and you get to use Nerf blasters, and you just, you shoot the crap out of zombies, and it just feels awesome.
The Wastelands is an area in what used to be the state of Oregon in the United States of America, near a old, now completely burnt down small town called Notai.
So Afterworlds takes place in a world where all conceivable and survivable apocalyptic situations have occurred, other than your standard biblical ones. So a super tsunami, giant mega volcanoes, alien invasions, zombie viruses, plague outbreaks, overwhelmingly powerful EMP attacks, anything that a character could have lived through and survived is something that did happen in the world of Afterworlds. So anybody who shows up gets the explicit joy of picking the apocalypses that they survive.
What the hell is that?
So your character could be this guy who was surviving on a boat trying to make it through the mega tsunami, and then when he landed, all of a sudden he had to deal with zombies.
I am Zeno, mighty commander of the Spartan army.
I'm Remo.
I'm V. I am more than happy to answer that question, but who the fuck are you?
Ha! I am a warrior!
What mutation? I am our trader.
And what does that mean?
I gather and make things.
My name is Anna, and I was taken from my family when I was 8 years old by the aliens.
I am owned by the Sigma Corporation.
I have, for whatever reason, been time shifted here.
Bet he wants 15 coin, or bet he's gonna take your ass out.
Amy got a real good comment at the time.
I'm a teacher.
Okay, so yeah, again, do whatever question you're asking me again.
I got blown up.
It's a toilet whiskey just like Grandma used to make.
I'm done with this.
No answer?
Weak, am I? Weak! Is that what you're going to say? Well then, apparently, someone wants to die! Ah!
I have awoken in this wasteland. I have no knowledge of this apocalypse. From what I can ascertain, though, if you give a monkey a gun, people will become injured.
Well, I think it was last summer. There were some carnies with some goddamn power cell that we needed to get, and I murdered them. I murdered them pretty quick. There wasn't much fight there. They just died, like most people do when I shoot them. They just die quickly.
You monkeys created many, many, many different guns.
Rocky killed the last elephant.
Talk to me about what unturned are.
Are you talking about the mindless, stupid fuckers that I attach mail to get to people?
There's these people. Oh my God, they are just the worst. I'll go out, get me a deer, right? Bring it back, gut it out, take the head off. I leave all the trails out. You gotta feed the buzzards. But when I go out in the morning, the only damn thing that's gone is the brains from the head.
I believe that we are in fact fighting off a vampire menace and not dealing with a zombie problem. You get what I'm saying?
You look dead. Could you explain that?
I'm dead. I came back to life.
Query, are you zombie?
So how have you survived in the wastes?
Very bad. I get and I dodge whatever I want when they get too close. Too close.
One time, I was traveling down the freeway and it was empty and there was a big semi-truck and I busted open the back and there was just so much food.
Don't fail to take advantage of opportunities you're presented with.
Unless they're presented by capitalists.
You might be afraid at first, and that's probably rational. But not everybody is looking to kill you.
My primary worry for the Wastelanders is with their interactions with the man who runs Sanctuary, who calls himself the mayor.
Have fun, survive, don't die, and if you do, at least don't come back as a fucking mindless Zed, because that's just pathetic. That's just a lack of fucking willpower.
Looks like he's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I think the red zone idea didn't quite work.
Okay, boss. That's
Alright, well, let's try the secondary idea. Plan B.
I think plan B is gonna be run.
Trap cripple legs.
Come in.
Fuck!
Ah!
What?
Hey,
You walked right through the fence.
I got you, Punji. Andy came over to the house and he said, Mom, I have this really cool idea. And you see, we inherited the tree farm. It's in a trust, but in order for us to keep it, it has to make its own money. So my son Andrew, who by the way in Afterworlds plays the mayor, he figures out everything that's going on and has people help him get it done. He's trying to build up the game so that anything we make off of the game will pay the taxes for the farm, making it more available, and anything we have extra will go back into the game. So yeah, it's kind of cool.
As far as cost effectiveness goes, Afterworlds is extremely affordable. For instance, I actually came to this event rather than going to a concert that I really want to go to, because I had to choose one or the other. But just that you can pay $35 and have an entire, like, you can't even camp in a camping spot for $35 for a weekend.
So yeah, the different characters that I have, I've created to kind of go around my different limited mobility issues. And so I tend to stay put in one place, but if I need to go elsewhere, I can use a wheelchair or a walker or crutches, and I can get around pretty good. One of my characters is a tank, and I repurposed an old wheelchair, and my husband gets to push me around as my engine, and that is amazing.
My favorite thing about Afterworlds is probably just the escape that it provides. Like, there's something so therapeutic about being able to come out into the middle of nowhere and not have like cell reception or homework or any of this stuff to worry about.
I would say any of the players that have been here for a long time will stop and help you out and help you understand. So just ask lots of questions.
Everyone was very open and accepting of new players when we first got here as a group, and it wasn't like everyone let's go murderize and hobo the new players. It was, hey, let's terrorize them a little bit, but give them the genuine Afterworlds feel, and it was fantastic. It was amazing.
I really like the fact that the #1 rule is don't be a dick, because, you know, you see that a lot in nerdy shit like this, and nobody's a dick. Everybody's just awesome.
For Afterworlds, my favorite aspect is seeing the lack of social constraint and seeing how people are more at ease that normally are going to be sitting on their computer or painting or doing something to where they're not dealing with other people, but you put them here and you can feel completely at home regardless of the spectrum of where you're at.
The one piece of advice that I would give to a new player is do not be afraid to try new things.
Bring your overfoots.
Bring lots of socks. The wastes are a very dangerous place, and running is an option.
Come with a loose concept and a couple of friends.
Honestly, don't be afraid of your character dying.
Come visit Ruck. Ruck take care of you. Unless you bad guy, then Ruck gonna eat you.
Do you like post-apocalyptic things? And do you like Nerf guns? Because then you should probably come to this thing.
Are we done?
Drew, on behalf of everyone that wasn't able to make it into the video and say thank you for everything that you've given us.
Seriously, thank you for all the work you do, for all the work your staff does. Thank you for hosting a fantastic event and getting a number of people into their first look.
Thanks, Drew.
Thanks, Drew.
Thanks, Drew.
Thanks, Drew.
Thanks, Andy. It's Mom.
Thank you, Drew.
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 Thanks, Drew.
Thank you, Drew.
Thank you, Drew.
Thank you so much, Drew.